So Brie Larson has to be one of the most hated people in Hollywood, and for me personally, she embodies everything that I hate about Hollywood. She's no doubt the most hated person for me when it comes to Hollywood, but she hasn't stopped. You know, for a while it seemed like she was rebuilding her image, as the article that we're going to be looking at talks about today. It looked like she was kind of rebuilding her image, I guess, but in reality, she was just not really talking, because every time she opens her mouth, if you're like me, you absolutely can't stand it, because it's not even just her ideals. It's not even just the fact that she's extremely woke and she virtue signals constantly. It's not just that. It's just simply her personality. It's simply the way she carries herself, the way she thinks of herself. She's extremely arrogant, and I just can't stand her. You know, every time she opens her mouth, it pisses me off. It's not about what's coming out of her mouth. It's just simply how it's delivered. You know, it's the way she carries herself, like I said. But yeah, she had been quiet for a while, and it seemed like she was kind of trying to rebuild her image or whatever, because what we'll talk about a little bit later on in this video is it seems like Captain Marvel 2 is definitely not being as focused on Brie Larson as Captain Marvel, and more focused on the Marvels in general. I've talked about that multiple times on this channel already, but it just seems like Captain Marvel is kind of being phased out of the MCU a bit, you know, for multiple reasons. For one, people hate Brie Larson. Nobody likes Brie Larson. I've never met a single person who's a logical thinker who loves Brie Larson. That just doesn't exist. Those people don't exist. No one likes her. And then the Captain Marvel character is just not an interesting one either, because she's so OP. You know, they even had to leave her out of Endgame for most of it, because if she was there for the whole time, there's no doubt that the Avengers would have just won in an instant, because she's just so OP. And I guess the excuse that they use, that other worlds have to have help and stuff like that, Earth isn't the only one that exists, whatever, you know, good enough, I guess. Kind of, not really. But anyway, let's get into this article right here. From Cosmic Book News, it says fans destroy Brie Larson over Shirley Temple tweet, just when it seemed as if Brie Larson had begun to fix her image, which, like I said, was just her kind of shutting up, because that's the only way that she can fix her image, is if she just doesn't talk at all. Because like I said, most people just hate the way that she carries herself. She's extremely arrogant. The Marvel actress is now again the center of controversy, this time regarding a tweet about comparing herself to Shirley Temple, perhaps the most famous child actor of all time. On Sunday, Brie Larson tweeted an image of herself as a young child with curly hair next to a present-day photo, where she seemed to insinuate that she's even better than Shirley Temple, who was given an Oscar at the age of 7 for Bright Eyes, where she is known for singing On the Good Ship Lollipop, which sold over 500,000 copies of sheet music at the time. Shirley Temple could never, Larson posted on Twitter, which has backfired and caused whatever. Here's the tweet right here. Shirley Temple could never. It's her as a child with curly hair, and her as an adult. So what I kind of take this tweet to mean is that she was a child actor. You know, she was good at acting when she was a kid, Brie Larson was, but she's also good at acting when she's older, which is not true. She's not a good actor at all, in my opinion. People out there could like her, people out there could hate her. I don't care what you think. I'm just sharing my opinion. I don't think she's a good actor. I really just don't. And also, I don't think she's a good person. She's definitely not a good person. But for me, what I think she's insinuating here is that she was a good child actor and then also a good adult actor. Let's check out the replies and see what they think. Fans are not happy with Brie Larson at all. Fans weren't happy at the time, or at all, with the tweet, as the tweet does seem as if Brie Larson is coming off as rather arrogant. Oh, shocker. Brie Larson coming off as arrogant. I would have never guessed that would happen. That's crazy. This is a shocking revelation that I'm seeing right here. As she is tweeting about herself, something more than one fan pointed out. Temple was beloved by the world as a child actress, then went on to become ambassador to Ghana, chief of protocol of the US, and finally ambassador to Czechoslovakia. Maybe check that ego a bit. Dude, Brie Larson isn't checking her ego. There's no way. Her ego is so out of this world that it's never going to be checked, no matter what happens, no matter how many fans come after her. She's so far gone. And that's what I'm talking about earlier on in this video. This is what Hollywood turns people into, because they're worshipped like gods by some people. These weirdo Twitter accounts that just worship these Hollywood actors and actresses like Brie Larson. There's so many of them out there, man, and they have so many followers. People will just comment hearts and hard eyes and peach emojis under all of her Instagram pictures, and it blows their head up. It would blow my head up too, man. I would probably be arrogant if people worshiped me like a god too, for simply existing, because that's all. Like, I mean, obviously she worked hard to get where she's at and all that stuff. She definitely did have to put in a lot of work, but she's not a god. She doesn't have to be worshipped like a god because she's Captain Marvel. She's not that good of an actor. All she did was land a good superhero gig. She's not a god, man. You stop worshiping her. That you turn these people who don't deserve to be worshipped like that, you turn them into these extremely arrogant people, and then they already have these ideals that are being indoctrinated into them by Hollywood, and once they get these really huge egos, they think that their ideals are the one and only, and that they're the 100% correct ideals. and they're just not. And they start propagating these dumb narratives, these very, very dangerous narratives that Brie Larson propagates. And she gets on stage and says very stupid things to most of the world. But in Hollywood, it seems totally normal. You know, it's a virtue signal and people eat that up in Hollywood. But whenever you say, you know, your movie or whatever is not made for white men, or what, I forgot her exact quote, but that's pretty much what she said. It's not made for old white people. That's not good, you know. But in Hollywood, people applauded. It's not made for you. Yay, good job, Brie. Great statement there, Brie. That's what everyone in the audience said. But everyone who's watching it outside of the audience, anyone with any kind of common sense who's not in that Hollywood bubble, understands that this person is an absolute idiot, and I never want to see her succeed again because of what she just said. That's what everyone else is thinking. This person just replied with a question mark and says, to be completely fair, Shirley hands down would have been a better Captain Marvel. 100%. Please tweet Brie Larson and tell her she doesn't need to drag other women down to prop up her anemic self-esteem. Shirley Temple won an Oscar at the age of 7, then was too busy being a mom at age 22 that she decided to retire and become a congresswoman instead. Yeah, Brie Larson plays guitar. I don't know, girl. I've never drank a Brie Larson. That's true. Very, very true. Brie Larson doesn't have a drink named after her. The question is whether it would contain alcohol. Shirley Temple could never. That's the original Brie Larson tweet. Brie, what does this mean? Let's see. Let's check out some more replies. Brie, what does this even mean? Yeah, we don't exactly know what it really means, but I don't know why she's randomly taking shots at Shirley Temple. I guess because she just has, she kind of looks like her. She looks similar to her right here, and when she was a child. Could never what? Straighten her hair? Someone help me out here, please. Yeah, dude, she got destroyed in the replies to this tweet, and rightfully so, because this was, I mean, you can't be taking shots at Shirley Temple when you're just such an average actor and such a bad person that so many people dislike. And like this article said earlier, she was beginning to, you know, I guess rebuild her image. But really what she was doing was just shutting up. And then as soon as she stops shutting up, people come after her again. She ruins her image again because this is just who she is. You know, she's not putting on an act. She's not. Success doesn't change people. It just brings out who they truly are. And Brie Larson's true self is just this. You know, she's just extremely arrogant. Her ego is gigantic. There's nothing that we can do about it. No matter how many people hate on her, no matter how many people make videos about her, reply to her tweets, this is who she is, man. She's never going to change. She's never going to rebuild her image unless she just never speaks again, which isn't going to happen. The only reason why she wasn't speaking, the only reason why she wasn't posting YouTube videos was because she was probably filming Captain Marvel or filming something else. So she's not actually making a conscious effort to stop being this horrible person, this really extremely arrogant and ego-driven person. She's just busy. You know, that's it. She was just busy at the time, and now she's back, I guess. Now she's pissing off fans again. She's ruining her image again. Like I said, that's just who Brie Larson is. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think that this is just who Brie Larson is? And how do you feel about Brie Larson personally? How do you feel about Captain Marvel 2? I had the article pulled up, but really don't have time to talk about it in this video. But Captain Marvel 2 is not about Brie Larson. What do you think about that? Let me know what you guys think about this whole Brie Larson situation. And if you did enjoy this video, though, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. If you want to follow me on Twitter, the link to that will be in the description as well. Thank you for watching the video, and I hope to see you in the next one.